Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Exotic Gaming here, and thank you for clicking on my video. So, we all want to become pros in PUBG Mobile, right? We all want to be well known amongst the community, and in any match we jump into, we have the easiest time getting a win. I have posted 2 videos very similar to this one in the past. 10 things pros do in PUBG Mobile, and 10 more things pros do in PUBG Mobile. It seems like tons of you all have benefited from these videos, so here we are with part 3. Today, we'll be talking about, yet again, even more things pros will always do in PUBG Mobile. Really quickly, before this video starts, take a second and leave a like down below. A lot of people think that a like equals money on YouTube when in fact it doesn't. It's just a way to support the creator you're watching, and as always, your support is greatly appreciated. Subscribe to this channel for more of the latest PUBG Mobile videos, turn on post notifications if you have not done so already, and let's jump into this. Alright, so to start things off, the first thing pros always do in PUBG Mobile is keep their car. It's so simple, yet so many people don't do this. The best way to survive in the very last circles of this game is to literally keep portable cover. Think about it. What if one of the last circles is in the middle of an open field? What are you supposed to do then? You don't snake, because only noobs do that. You want to be a lot more mobile, because if someone comes up behind you and you're lying in the grass, you can't do anything. You have no cover and you'll die. If you bring your car into the final circles, even if people blow it up, you'll still have some sort of cover you can hide behind while others are shooting you. And if it's not blown up yet, you can move it around to wherever you think is the best spot in the circle. Seriously, if you can keep a UAZ or Dacia into the final circles, you'll be in such a much better position than everyone else. But hey, you know another way you can get into a much better position than everyone else? Pro tip number 2 in this game is to always keep your crosshair on the enemy player, even if you are hiding behind cover. If you know where the person is, put your crosshair as close to where you think they are, and that way when you move out behind your cover, you'll be able to react a lot faster than the enemy. Chances are you'll probably be able to line up your shot before they do, and I'd say at least 8 times out of 10, you'll be able to kill the enemy before they kill you. If you don't have your crosshair on the enemy though, and when you pop out and you have to take a half second to adjust your crosshair until it's back on the enemy, you'll very likely die. I hope my example in this video was good enough in explaining what I mean, but yeah, if you understood, it's a great tip and you should use it. Continuing on, the third pro tip I have for you in this game isn't really a tip, but it's a fact about PUBG Mobile that very few people know about. Footsteps show up around 20 meters away from you on the minimap or about 60 feet away. After you know this statistic, you can use it to your advantage. If you're sitting there, minding your own business, looting up in Pachinki, for example, and you just begin to see footsteps come into view on your minimap, you'll have a few seconds reaction time because that enemy is still 20 meters away, but they're very likely moving closer. So in an area like Pachinki, chances are they're in the next building over from you, and you have to be ready for them when they come into yours. Or you can actually go on the offensive and infiltrate before they can see you. After you know the statistic, you'll pretty much dominate the battlefield, dude. Try it out and see how it works next time. Next up, pro tip number 4. Pros know about the secret loot spot in Vikendi. It's a place many people have heard of, but also many people haven't. I talked about it in my top 5 secret locations video I did not too long ago, and if you want, you can check that out linked down below in the description, but it's basically a secret cave with 3 separate entrances on the map. Just watch the video here and see for yourself. You need a car to drive into the rock wall blocking the entrance, but after you do that, it's one of the best loot spots in any map in this game. And you can literally find military grade loot within 30 seconds of dropping, and even airdrop loot. There are hidden airdrops inside this massive secret cave, and if you can get there first before other enemies come inside, you're pretty much set for the whole rest of the game. Talking about getting to places first, do you want to know how to jump out of the plane the fastest and get to a drop spot before everyone else? Maybe you play this game and you always see players flying past you, seemingly going hundreds of kilometers an hour faster than you. How do they do it? Well, the pros know about this. When you want to drop somewhere, once your plane gets pretty close to the spot you want to land, jump out and, like I'm doing here, move upwards and sideways. By doing this, you're going to go way faster than someone going just straight and angled at the drop spot for whatever reason, and you'll end up getting to the place you want to a few seconds before everyone else. These few seconds are crucial because you can get the best stuff first. And speaking about landing first, the next tip I have for you is something most pros follow religiously. Shoot first, then loot. Here's the key thing. Most people in this game have that mentality that they're gonna land, leisurely get all their loot, and then finally be ready to fight other people. Well, here's the thing, that's not always how it works. There are kill-hungry people out there, and the second you land, you have to be ready for that. You can't block all enemies out for 5 minutes while you're trying to find that one specific attachment for your M4. No, you need to get a gun and then instantly start firing at people. Other people may still be landing, even still some might not even have a gun yet, and those will be the easiest kills ever. When you catch these people off guard in the very first few seconds of the game, you can get so many kills and then secure an area. So always remember, get the gun, shoot first, and then loot after. Moving up the list, the 7th thing pros will always do in this game is understand that things don't render in super far away. This game is just like many other games, and it's not a super intensive game on your device like maybe PC games or console games. Your map will not be entirely rendered in for you throughout the entire map. Because of this, next time you're maybe on a mountain and super far away from something else, get an 8x scope on a sniper and zoom in to see how far you can look. You'll notice that the map becomes less and less defined the further away things are, and because of that, things like grass and maybe windows don't appear. That means if some noob is snaking in the grass 300 meters away from you, you won't see the grass and you'll just see a player lying there. It's the easiest kill in the entire world, dude. So please, everyone out there, realize that things don't render in super far away. Next up, here's a pretty easy way to pick up an M249 and have it right from the very beginning of the match in TDM mode. This is something that a lot of pros and other regular players know, but this minute will help the people who don't know about it yet. Right from the very beginning, waste absolutely no time and start running toward the center of the map during the warm-up time. After you get there and you pick up the M249 that spawns right in the middle of that warehouse, run back to your spawn, and when you're inside the wooden floored area, drop the gun before the warm-up timer runs out. If you can do this successfully, your gun will stay in the spawn wherever you dropped it. So when the warm-up time runs out and you start the match, you can rush over to where you dropped it and actually start right from the very beginning of the game with an M249. It'll help a lot. Second to last, the 9th thing you'll always notice pros doing in this game is using the zone to get easy kills in the end. Look, no person is going to wait in the center of the zone, okay? And if you're someone who does that, bonus tip, don't. Wait on the edge of the play zone in the final circles so you don't have people looking on you from every direction. However, sometimes when you're on the edge of the zone, you get a really bad next circle, and then you have to run for like 100 meters with the decreasing circle in order to not take any damage. If you're someone who was lucky and got the next circle, pros will use that time that the circle is shrinking to kill the players that are running in to get into the safe zone. They'll be more focused on getting safe than the enemies around them, so it's a really easy way to kill off those unlucky players who waited until the last minute to get into the next zone. And last, but certainly not least, the 10th big tip pros will follow many times actually is a sort of combination of 2 tips. First off, if you want to drive the absolute fastest, use the road. Even if it's not the most direct route to wherever you want to go, if you're driving to get to the next circle, sometimes roads are the easiest option. Do be warned, you'll be easier to spot when you're driving on the road, But then again, since you're traveling so fast, you're that much harder to hit, and most times you can escape enemy gunfire without much damage to your vehicle. When you are traveling fast though, you'll notice pros barely tapping the direction controls. Here's the thing, if you try to make tight turns when you're going fast, you'll end up sliding out. So be careful. If you need to make a tight turn, you'll have to slow down somewhat in order to do it. But if you need to make little turns, just tap the controls and that way you won't slide out. Your driving has just gotten 1,000 times better. And hey, with that being said, we just finished up 10 more pro tips for PUBG Mobile. Guys, this isn't the first pro tip video I've done for my channel. I've actually done 2 others in the past, one in March and one again in May. So if you want to see more pro tips for this game, I'd suggest checking out both of these videos. They're on my PUBG Mobile playlist, and that's pretty much your ultimate guide of 50 plus PUBG tips videos that will help your gameplay experience dramatically. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome PUBG Mobile tips and tricks videos, and be sure to check out the video I'll link down below in the description. If you want to know 5 plus 2 bonus secret locations in PUBG Mobile, that's the video to watch. Thank you for staying until the end, and I'll see you all later.